Hello and welcome. Here we have a line replaceable unit from a Tornado aircraft. It's very well built, even the handle mechanism seems very smooth and solid. See the hours counter on the front. This thing dates from 1978 to 1979, going by the numbers on the top. And it's one of two interface units that's fitted to the aircraft. This front one varies depending on the model of the plane. I think this one is from the IDV variant. The box is very heavy. And you see the quality of the connectors on the back. There is some paperwork with it to say it is in serviceable condition, but I highly doubt that now. Well, it certainly won't be after I've finished with it. Is that a bullet hole? Let's take it apart. So, what's inside this thing? I'm not sure if that is a bullet hole, but something there, that's that. Yeah, it's had a bit of damage. So what's that? Well, caught a bit of equipment. All the wiring on the back connector's been wire wrapped, it's not soldered. I thought it'd be quite unreliable. But it smells. See them here? All wire wrapped. Right. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 14 boards in there. That's right. I think these just pull out. Yeah. Yeah, conformal coating. It smells like transformer oil. Chips have we got? Upside down. These chips have all got a date code of 1985, so, and this thing was made in 1979. Maybe this is an upgrade. or a replacement board to replace a faulty one. See what chips we got in here. JM35 38510. I'd have to look that up. Okay, so they're all op amps. So this is some sort of analog board. So inside. Now, I managed to find a bit of information on this thing. It's part of a system. It's literally just an interface unit that interfaces all the electronics in the aircraft to the main computer. So my guess is all those op amps take inputs from various sensors. Looks like another board of the same. Nope, that one's different. 74 series logic, or well, 54 series logic, which is a military equivalent. All these electronics were actually designed pre-1975, so don't think there's going to be any CPU chips in here. It's all going to be discrete logic. So I don't think this is actually the computer anyway. This actually communicate, like I said earlier, it's just an interface unit. Interfaces various signals and other parts of the aircraft to the main computer, which I've managed to find some information on. And again, it does state that it's all made out of 74 series logic. It's a discrete CPU. That one's stuck. So, oh, that card's the same as the previous one, by the look of it. Yeah, they're identical. So, there we go. So this, another Tornado aircraft had an Avionics upgrade. So all this kit is from the original Avionics from the 70s. I highly doubt the replacement Avionics will be on eBay because it'll be classified. Again, another board, the same as the previous one. So I think there must be channel input cards from the various sensors like the airspeed and things like that. This is more interesting. What have we got on this one? Can't read that one. That one is some sort of approximation amplifier. Yeah, these chips have all got 1977 date codes, so that first board I pulled out almost certainly looks like a replacement card. It's maybe the original one failed. Yeah, 1977, 1978. I noticed the date codes on the previous boards. Yeah, 1978, 77. Yeah. So all this stuff is pretty prehistoric. So there's very little information on the web about this sort of thing, and especially this unit. I managed to find no information whatsoever. but specification says on one forum that I read, all the computer systems are all interfaced via like a serial data bus, and they use several of these interface units with various boards in to connect all the various computer systems together. And again, the computers, they're not like a traditional computer today, they're all discrete logic. And that one, again, 74 series logic, and nope, that's all milliop amps. LM139. These are resistor networks, use white chips. Next, surprising how much bits there is on eBay out of these aircraft. This we're going cheap because of the hole in the side. Well, not that you'll be able to use it or anything. I mean, it's all proprietary. Yeah. I think I'm definitely right. It's some sort of, as it says, interface unit. The Tornado aircraft were decommissioned last year in 2019, but I've had a look on eBay and I've yet to find anything from the new Avionics set, which, like I said earlier, is probably classified. Whereas this, it's over 40 years old, so, and it's from the previous generation of aircraft, so, well, previous generation of systems, so it's absolutely no use to anyone, and it's not used in any military hardware nowadays. Again, logic chips, date codes of 1977, a digital to analog converter. Yeah, it's an even TTL. So it's not even a low power TTL or even CMOS. It's all original logic. They're really power hungry chips. Yeah, this thing will take quite a lot of current. These, again, this could be a CPU, it could be a discrete TTL logic CPU card. This is the one that's got the bullet hole in, I suspected bullet hole, it's damaged the corner there. It's probably been shot at by some raghead in Iraq during the Gulf War. Yeah, some damage to the connector on the bottom. That's where that plastic's come from there. It's probably been sat on the shelf for 30 years. And I've made its way to RAF Sopra store. Which is where it came from. There is some original documentation with it as well, which from the service centre that does actually say it works, so I suspect that circa bullet hole may well be just something that's happened in storage or in transit. But from what I can gather, the Tornado had 2 interface units, one at the front and one at the back of the aircraft. This one's from the front. Yeah. My guess is this is some sort of discrete CPU, perhaps. That's the previous board. That's the... I'm trying to work this camera upside down, so it's a bit difficult. Yeah, it could be some rudimentary basic computer. When I say the main computer unit, I've not managed to come across one of those on eBay. I did actually do quite a bit of research into it, but I don't think there'll be much inside it other than just TTO logic. The bloke on the forum did actually say that. So it's like some sort of power supply board. That screws. I'll have to take this one apart. Just bear with me. One thing that surprises me is the circuit boards have obviously been designed on a CAD package. Usually electronics of this vintage is the PCBs are done by hand. You can see the traces have been hand drawn. These have been clearly been done on a CAD package, which in the late 70s, or even in the mid 70s would have been something special. And I can't get this damn screw out. Certainly consumer electronics is all, of that vintage is all handmade. No, just one screw that won't come out. Oh, that's got it. So, oh. Op amps, comparators. Oof, dear. Yeah, it's some sort of DC to DC converter. (1988) date codes this time. Oh, some in 1977 there. Unless that's not a date code. Oh no, it's my bad. There, 1978. That's a serial number, I think. Yeah, 1978. Yeah. Won't be much computing power in this sort of thing. It'd be interesting to get over the main computer unit to see what's in that, but I suspect it'll be just a board full of similar to these. And that one's had a repair done to it by the look of it. Yeah, the capacitors have gone all crusty, so it certainly don't work now. Put that one back actually. I'll try and put them back in the same order they came from. I don't know exactly what avionics were replaced on the aircraft when it got updated, all of it or just part of it, but certainly I wouldn't have thought something this old would be in use up to 2019. That board's just the same as the one I've just took apart, so yeah. Last board. Yeah. Yeah, more detail logic and offense. Nope, it's all logic. Don't know what these things are. I'll look up the chips and put it in the description. So, let's put it back together. Just before I go any further, see all the wiring there. It comes from the back plain board on the bottom that goes to whatever this front module is, which I will try and get off now. Just put the rest of it together now, but oh, lost a washer, never mind. I actually looked on eBay, there's quite a lot of parts from the RAF Tornado on there, purely because people probably want it as a bit of memorabilia. Some stuff's going for stupid money. I think what I'll do with this thing is pull all the electronics out of it, maybe sell the individual cards on eBay, and then the box might be ideal to make a little project, maybe a power supply project or something like that. So it's a really nice box, is this, good, strong and sturdy. An ideal project box, all that. That connector block will come off. You'll be able to use that for something. Well, perhaps mount a display in there or something. You could use this as a power supply. There's enough room for a mains transformer, new voltage regulator board. Just put an LCD display in the front and some controls to set your voltage and current. Yeah, that'd make a nice little project box with that. It's got all the components out of it. So eBay them, or throw them away, one or two. Shame to throw them away, I'm pretty sure somebody may want these. I mean, certainly it's no they're used to anyone as it is. From an old aircraft that's no longer in service. And the old Avionics. I think this was likely decommissioned around about 2000, which, looking online, appears to be when the Tornadoes had their Avionics upgraded. What's that? Bodge wire? Oh, yeah. See the... Well, it's a really good quality bodge though. Yeah, these are all handmade. It's all covered in a conformal coating, so removing these components are going to be difficult. Not that you probably want to, but right. That part number there, 220 SUE 5. The other interface unit's 220 SUE 6, which, from what I can gather, there's two versions of the Tornado, well, 7 versions of the Tornado aircraft. There's a GR4 and an IDV. I think this is from the IDV version, as the other one says it's from the GR4, and it actually gives the aircraft serial number it came from. So I think this is from the Tornado IDV version. And it's interface unit 1, the other one's interface unit 2, which there is one on eBay, but it's going for quite a lot of money. And I don't think there'll be much inside that's going to be different to this. So let's take this front off. It's very front heavy, this thing, so I suspect there's going to be a big transformer in here or something. Nice big heatsink. It'll make a great case of making a power supply with this. Let's pull off. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. You can see the wiring loop goes down to the hours counter. That's just a test connector, I believe, an hours counter, so can't see how that comes apart, but I don't think I'll strip it down to that point. Let's see what's in this thing that weighs a ton. Damn it. Fail. Dropped a washer inside it. I would go repairing these, I get a bollocking for that. Oh, there it is. It smells very waxy. That come off. Oh, screw it middle. Come on. Oh, connectors. Yeah, power supply board. See how these connectors come off. Let's have a look. Yeah, proper military spec connectors. Are they batteries? Nope. Capacitors with holographic. No idea what they are. They're capacitors, maybe. Yeah, they're capacitors. Set this bit apart. Okay, it's definitely well engineered. Well, I suppose it'd have to be. Oh, you're kidding me. And do that. Wait. I've never been apart since the 1970s. So the connector don't want to come off. Come off, you bastards. That's it. More capacitors. Yeah, some big meaty power transistors. Well. Yeah, capacitors. That's going to be a power supply module. And underneath that, and just see it's a transformer that's in the bottom, as I suspected. That's going to be a complete nightmare to take apart, but yeah, all that's in there is just a transformer by the look of it. I don't think I'll bother going that far. Certainly this though, if you remove this bit, put a piece of plastic over the front, that'll do as a front panel for your project. Nice. Right, I'll get this put back together and work out what I'm going to do with it. If anyone's got any information on these things, please let me know in the comments if you would. Thanks for watching.